and read some of these cues. First of all, Buff Puff. Let's get right into it. It says, I can imagine this has been a very impactful year for you. A lot has certainly changed. In what ways do you think you've changed the most over the last year? Do you see those changes as entirely positive for you, or are there any negative ones as well? This is a good question, and I kind of answered it already a little bit, but I do definitely think I tried harder to become a better streamer. For certain. That's the main thing. I tried to really put my back into it and not think so much about, oh, you know, I can just do whatever. This is me getting my dream job. I should just be able to sit back and play games and enjoy myself. That's my job. But a job is a job, and you got to put your back into it. And it's not only that, but it's also like, if you care about your passion, then you gotta try. It shouldn't just be a thing where you sit back and you're like, I get to do whatever I want and make money. You know, it's like, are you doing your passion, or just something that's quote unquote easy and convenient, right? But this has become a passion for me, so I want to try. I really do. And yeah, I think that's probably something that has certainly changed for the better for me. I think things have mostly been positive for certain, but if I had to say one thing, I'd say that I wish that I could have done more of what I wanted from the beginning. I wish that I hadn't... How do I say this? I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Just like back then, I worry about promising too much. So recently, that's one thing that I've been trying to catch myself on. I've got all these good ideas and things that I want to do. I made this mistake at the start, actually, but it still kind of comes around and haunts me occasionally. There's a lot I want to do, and I want to talk about it. I get excited about it, and I tell you guys about it. And then it becomes a promise. And if I don't fulfill it, folks get let down. So from now on, what I'm trying to do is catch myself. Catch myself sometimes with things like that, you know? And just, yeah, generally be careful. That's not really something that's changed in a negative way, but it's something that hasn't been completely remedied that I'd like to fix. Hope that works instead, because I think most things have been really positive improvements. Next, we've got Fume KY. Well, now that it's been a year on this crazy ride, I was wondering, do you have some new goals in mind for the year ahead? Yes! I want to do a bunch more collaborations. That's a big thing that I want. I want to do musical collaborations with many more people, and I want to make dope videos. I mean, I know that I've done that kind of in the past, but not to the extent I really want to do next year. And another thing I want to do is I want to do a ton more live shows, but that's dependent on a lot of factors. You know, I can't say anything about like what kind of concerts I'm going to be able to do, because timing is just, I don't know, guys. I don't know anything about like what kinds of concerts I can do, you know, but I want to. I mean, it's inevitable. Someday us girls are going to get 3D. I don't know when it's going to be. But I would love for it to be in time for me to do a bunch of 3D shows next year. I don't know when it's happening, but I want it to. And when it happens, whenever it does, because it will someday, I know it. When it does, I want to do like a live show every month to promote the new song releases I do. Once that pops off, you guys, things with music are probably going to get much more serious. Again with the promises, Calli, but that is the true fact. That is something that I've talked about with my manager, and is something that is on the horizon that I'm very passionate about. So that's a big goal for me, is to focus more on music. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I want to drop streaming either. It might be a little less frequent, but I want it to become my focus. Let's see, Empty Solace says, congrats on 1 year. Calli, here's my question. Have you ever felt that joining Hololive limited your creative freedom as a rapper? Now, some folks may be looking at this saying, isn't that a negative-ish question? Why would you choose that? To me, it's not. I don't think so at all. I should be upfront with you guys. Yeah, definitely, of course. When you join any company, it's like that. You can't 100% give 100% everything that you think, and that's fine. The way that I like to spin it in a positive way, you guys, is that you can still write about what you want. Maybe not everything that you feel or think, but you can turn it into a positive thing. You know? As long as you work within the limits and boundaries you are given, you can do it. It's like it's like those of us who really want to play different games than what we have provided, but we still try to remain positive about it, and we still play the games that we're allowed to play and give you guys a good show doing it. So yeah, that's just the thing of being in a company, guys. That's the reality. It's the reality of it, and we've all come to terms with the game thing. So the best way that you can approach it from here is to just do what you can with what you are allowed to do. That's just how it has to be. So yeah, of course I feel limited, but at the same time, you know, I write songs for myself all the time that I don't really publish, and that's fine. As long as I get that creative energy out there, you know, those songs exist. Just not like this and not here, but that's fine. You know, doing this, I will still continue to write songs that I like and songs that I think are good and fun, regardless of anything. You know, I mean, they won't be limited if, I mean, quote unquote limited, I guess. They won't be limited if there's still songs that I like about things that I like. And I can still be proud of them. That's number one. Let's see, Amarez says, you've mentioned musical influences before, but do you feel like your music has taken any influence from the other members of Hololive over the past year? Oh, definitely. I would say so. A lot of my singing senpai and also Iris really influenced me to try and get more of a hold on singing. I wanted to add more singing to my music, especially like Suisei senpai, for example. Seeing the way that she sings so magnificently, I thought to myself, well, why don't I combine rap with singing and make something truly different, you know? I mean, I say different, there are plenty of singer-rappers, but I mean, different for me, I guess. So try something else new, you know? Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. Next up, Yukino-san. I want to know, at what age did you start playing music and how did you learn it? Happy anniversary, Calli! Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting me. Arigatou gozaimasu. I started playing music, or making music, let's see, about 5 years ago. 5 years ago. 5年前ぐらいかな? Probably. Yeah, 5 years ago, and it's been an exciting progression. I definitely don't like any of the music I made in the first year. That is a fact. But after that first year, I'm at least okay with everything I've made. Yeah. Yep, 5 years. I want to see what I'll do in 5 more years. Not 5,000 years ago? Ugh. Take a sip for lore. Take a sip for lore. Maybe it seems like 5 years to me. Maybe it's actually been 5 millennia. Take a sip. Lore. Ooh. How did I learn it? Let's see. I learned from other musicians that I liked. I listened to them, I liked what I heard, and I tried to imitate in the beginning. Of course, that's how a lot of it starts off. But then you begin to develop your own original style, usually. And you should. You should aim, you should strive to do that. Next up, we got Sensuif, who says, happy anniversary, Calli. So when are you going to get a bigger place to build your own recording studio and finally get a massage chair? Interesting you say that. I'm going to get a massage chair. I'm actually throwing out a little chair that I have in the corner in order to have room for a massage chair. In terms of a bigger place, I just don't need one right now. I appreciate the concern, but I don't need it. And it's very hard to find like soundproof homes, I guess, or homes that allow you to soundproof it. It's hard to do, you know. But I have managed to find myself in a good situation, so I will still get the massage chair. That's fine. But in terms of a bigger place, if I need it someday, maybe. But right now, just don't need it. And I feel like I'd be so lonely in a big house. You know? Yeah. All that space and I'm just chilling like, all right, what should I do? Go sit in my bowling alley and then what? You know? So. Maybe someday though. Who knows? Who knows? Thank you, Sensuif. Next, we've got a question from Mind Freeze, Z05. I'll try and come watch during online class. No, do your best. Do your best in school. Let's see, Q&A. Why did you choose Hololive rather than other agencies or even being an independent VTuber? Love your live streams, Calli. Thank you. To be completely honest with you, I didn't know a lot about VTubers at all. When my friend told me about the Hololive audition, or rather put it in our group chat, I was like, huh? What's this? And I remember I clicked on the audition and realized that I had seen Korone-senpai and Matsuri-senpai's clips on YouTube before, and I didn't know what it was. I mean, I had friends in the rap scene who kind of left to go do VTuber things, so I vaguely knew about it. I had a vague recollection, but when I saw their clips and them talking about their stories and whatnot, and like Matsuri-senpai's stories and Korone-senpai's gameplay, I understood that they were YouTubers, technically, but it didn't really click with me that this was a thing that people did. And I saw them on the audition thing, and I thought to myself, I know those two. And then it started to click in my head. The gears began turning, and I thought to myself, I could be doing that? If I audition and get through? I could do that? Really? Oh, okay. Might as well try. I had nothing else really going for me. I mean, I was still, teaching how to swing that scythe and making independent music and just kind of, floating along like, hope I blow up, hope things get moving. Though I will say, I was in a good situation. Music was starting to be able to fund me independently without a scythe swinging job. I could have quit that probably, but it was more stable, I guess. So I was pretty lucky, but I was waiting to really like pop off, and I was trying my best, but things weren't quite moving. I'm really grateful that I got a chance to join Hololive. I'm really glad I came here and that I met so many amazing people. I wish I could say that I was a fan from long ago and my dream came true. It did come true, but in a different way, I guess. Instead, I got opened up to a brand new world that I love and I cherish. I can't sit here and say, oh man, I've loved Hololive since the beginning and this is my dream. But I can say that because I got into Hololive and I'm doing this now, I met so many incredible people and learned about this whole new world. And I'm really happy now. I'm really glad that things worked out the way they did. So yeah. Let's see. Next, we've got Pastry, who says, if you had to choose one person to work with for a music project, who would it be? They can be literally anyone, even Mozart if you wanted. Here's the thing. A lot of the people that I've wanted to do music with as like a dream in my life, I've already gotten the chance to or am doing right now. Which is really something amazing to be able to say. So I'm going to choose something completely ridiculous and unbelievable and would never happen. But dream collab would probably be Gorillaz. I've loved them for a long time. I mean, I can't imagine that ever happening, to be honest. They're so cool. And just so out of the box amazing. I've loved their music for so long. I know, good taste. We got some Gorillaz fans in here. I mean, they are the original V singers, aren't they? As a virtual band, right? I mean, they are the originals. But I've been a fan of them for I can't even remember back when I started listening to their music. Snoop is also there. Snoop has collaborated with Gorillaz, interestingly enough. We love Snoop as well, but I'd have to say them, for sure. I think we could make something so incredibly cool and different together, but that's like a long shot, total shot in the dark. But that's why, hey, you said you could choose Mozart. So there you go, just about as likely, right? A big ups to Flynn. Thank you very much. Flynn says, what is one thing about streaming and creating full-time that you didn't know you'd enjoy, but do now? Let's see. This is a good question. I actually didn't really prepare an answer to this, so we're going to answer on the spot. Let's see. Didn't know I'd enjoy or didn't think I'd enjoy? I wonder which one I should go with. Maybe let's go with didn't know. Creating my own entire rooms to stream in. I didn't really think that was a thing that could be done, but that's something so special and exclusive to VTubing, I think, is that you can just create your own complete and total setup or room or place or environment and put yourself in there, and it's just so wonderful that I can sit here in this room with you guys that I created, and then just as easily we can go to my pool or my bathtub. I just think that's really incredible, personally. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about streaming, is getting to be that creative, I think. Next up, we've got a question from, let's see, 3 more questions. Next, we've got Felicia. Pokey, do you feel you missed out on something you wanted to do within the past year? And if so, we can't wait to see you in the next upcoming year with you. Cheers for 1 year with our boy, Calli. Thank you. The one thing I really regret that I haven't done is make background music for all of my gen mates. Yeah, I feel silly about that. I really wanted to, but I just didn't get a chance to. So I'd like to try that. I'd really like to give it a shot. And maybe we can make it a fun thing where people can join in and see how I'm working on the track. But it depends on how I feel. I'd like to. I will only give you that. I would like to do it. We will try though. I want to give them BGM. That would be neat. In terms of missing out on things, last year what I really wanted to do but didn't get a chance to is a Halloween costume party. I think I'm going to try and do that this year with the other Myth Girls. I'm going to invite them. And I was thinking maybe we like draw costumes for ourselves or something and have a Halloween party. So, yeah, we'll see. I think that would be fun. I'm gonna try and plan it, you guys. A little Halloween party. Fingers crossed for a good time. Bobbing for Apple's costume show. Yeah, it'll be very cute. So we'll see what happens. Either way, I'd like to do a fun Hallows Eve stream. Next up, Chaos Fries says, what's something that happened this year that right before debut Calli wouldn't believe or fathom? Oh man, me getting to collaborate with some of my favorite music producers. I say this, but also there are some songs you guys haven't seen yet that are being made right now that I've literally been recording and writing for. With music producers I've loved for many, many years. I would say that's something really amazing about this, that previous Calli would not believe. Also that if you hide the smoke layer, the model moves real quick. Big ups to Fricky. This is the last question. Hey Calli, happy 1 year. What is one project that you would want to put out other than a song that you haven't done yet before? Ooh, this is a good question. This is a good question. Let's see. A project I want to put out that I haven't done before ever. If I say anime song or game song, I feel like that's kind of a cliche answer. I mean, I want to. That would be neat. I did say that I wanted to do a game show, you guys. And I'm actually working on getting some assets ready for that. I don't know what kind of game show it would be. I thought random trivia would be fun, and then challenge the other Holomen to it. But yeah, I think I want to do that after TTRPG has kind of picked up more. Right now, I really need to focus on TTRPG stuff. But yeah, that's one cool project I want to do. Yeah, and collaborate with some really cool like either brands or types of merchandise that's kind of out of the box and different. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Anyway, that was the mini Q&A, you guys. Just wanted to answer some Q's as we've come to the end of the year. Yeah,